Hello. It's been a while since Buddy helped. He had a little bout with being under the weather, but he got him back to healthy. And much against his will, I talked him into it today. It's August already. Years flying by. But I did a pelagic boat trip out of Ventura Harbor. We went down into out to Ventura County and Santa Barbara County to Santa Barbara Island. And I've got some good stuff to show you. So let's look at that. There, this didn't kill you, did it? No, it was a good thing. Okay, good. Tell him he's good. He'll like that. Hope you enjoy it. Let's start the day with this great-tailed grackle waiting in the marine layer at the harbor. That's our boat, the Island Explorer. I like to get up on that top deck. It's easier to get around. Pretty foggy all the way out to Santa Cruz Island. No chance of seeing a scrub jay on the island in this fog. Here we go, brown pelicans flying over. I'll take it. Nice little group of sooty shearwaters sitting on the water. Note their silver underwings as they fly off. Believe it or not, they come up here after they've had breeding season in New Zealand. Okay, I don't really expect you to follow this bad camera work. Just look for the white rump on this bird. I'll show you some photos in a second. Here's a few pictures I clipped out of that terrible video. It's a Leach's Storm-Petrel. That's a good bird for a trip like this. Again, note the white rump. These are mostly sooty shearwaters, but there's also a few pink-footed shearwaters in here. They're the ones that take off flying first. You'll see them cut back to the left. They have white bellies, which make them a little easier to tell apart. We almost always see some common dolphin on these trips. Today was no exception. This little guy flying away is a black storm petrel. I'll do better later. Okay, here's a photo of a black storm petrel. Notice the kind of downward curve to the bill and the long, thin wings. Without scale, it's a little hard to tell this from a sooty shearwater, for example, but the wings and the bill are a little different. More shearwaters. Look for the ones that are light on their underside, kind of light under their chin, and you can see a little bit of their belly. Those are the pink-footed shearwaters. The dark ones are sooties. Scripps merlets. Because of the boat swells, I'll show you a picture of these too. Here's a photo of the Scripps merlets. Notice they've got their tails down. We also see Crevaries merlets on this trip. In fact, we did see some, but I was unable to catch them on video. Those tend to have their tails pointed up and their face pattern's a little different.
The bird in front on this picture is a Buller's shearwater. They tend to be a little more northerly shearwater, more likely to be seen up near Monterey. The two on the back left are pink-footed shearwaters, and the two on the back right are sooty shearwaters. Still the Bullers in front, but now the pinkfoots are the two on the right, and the sooties are the two on the left. On this photo, you can see how much lighter the Buller's shearwater is, even than the pink-footed shearwaters behind it. Always check out the kelp rafts for birds. Sometimes there's some good ones. I've seen a black tern on one raft. These are just western gulls, though. Well, here's something good on one of the rafts. A brown booby. Where is it? As the booby flew off, I noticed the leaders were calling it something else. A cocos booby. What the heck is that? That booby was quite near to Santa Barbara Island. That big rock to the right at the end of this clip is where the boobies have been nesting and roosting. We're going to have to sort through all these Brandt's cormorants if we want to find some boobies. Notice that cormorant in the middle of this picture. You can see the beige throat patch, typical of a Brandt's cormorant. Whoa, here's a good one, a masked booby. If you recall from my Hawaii video, I was looking for a booby with a black on its tail and a black face mask. This one fits the bill. Believe it or not, the lower bird in this photo is a blue-footed booby. The fog kept us from getting a good photo. We watched it fly around, and then it flew over to the other side of the rock, and we couldn't see it again. But we could tell that that's what this was. Its head was much lighter than those of the brown, cocos boobies. I almost hate to put this one up here, but I need it for my list of bird images for the year. It's a black oyster catcher. You can see by its plumage and bright orange bill. Sorry I couldn't get a better picture, but it may be the only one I get all year, so I better use it. Okay, let's talk about cocos boobies. I guess I shouldn't make fun. The AOS does best job they can. The males have a much lighter head and face than a typical male brown booby. There are some differences in the female's bill as well. I've actually seen boobies with this light face before down in Mexico. Apparently, the boobies found all along the Pacific coast are now differentiated as cocos boobies. The ones in Hawaii, the ones in the east, such as Puerto Rico and up the east coast, they're still brown boobies. Here's an interesting animal, a Guadalupe fur seal. I don't recall seeing one on our trips before. It's got its back flippers up in the air. I don't know if it's feeding on something or what, but it's pretty interesting. As the boat sped across the channel towards the harbor, we came across one of the largest rafts of shearwaters I'd ever seen. Holy cow, look how huge this is. What a treat. In the harbor, there was a large flock of terns. The leaders on the trip called them out as Forster's terns. But I looked it up on eBird, and I kept seeing elegant terns reported in these big numbers. So I wondered. There were so many, it was almost hard to pick out an individual. I decided I better pull some photo clips from the video, and sure enough, the group leaders were right. The bulk of these are, in fact, Forster's terns. You can tell by the black bills and their strong eye mark. There's a few elegant terns in here. I circled one showing the yellow bill, but Forster's terns for most of them. One last good one that's a little hard to see. This one with its back to us, and the brown blending into the rocks a little bit, is a yellow-crowned night heron. The smaller birds are willets. We get a few immature yellow-crowned night herons down here in the harbor. Most of the adults are up in Carpinteria. Well, here's a quick flash of my statistics for the year to date. As you can see, my 300 videos in California is in deep trouble. I got a few things on tap, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I hope you forgive me if I don't make that one. Hopefully I can make at least one of my last 3 so I can finish with a 3-2 record. Thanks once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I think this pelagic video is a little less bouncy than the last one. I'm going back up to Monterey with Emily, so I've got a future one that may be as bouncy as before. We'll see. Thanks again. Please hit the like and subscribe button.